here in these streets. Struggles in the air. Tales of riches, but none to spare. Who really cares? Promises hollow, they speak in disguise. Every dollar earned, another piece of truth died. They preach about change, but we see the same. Behind closed doors, it's all just a rigged game. Bleak futures painted bright on a lying canvas, while the everyday hustler fights to manage. Politicians spinning lies, prices rising higher. Stacks thinner, folks desire, truth is in the fire. Be skewing, telling tales, ain't no holy grail. Fake news, what's to lose while the system fails? Inflation on the rise, can't afford the rent. Everyone's asking why, where they money went. Dishonest talking heads while we hustle and grind. Living in the shadows, ain't no peace of mind.
Got the city in a chokehold, can't ignore the pain. We grind, we hustle daily, but who controls the game? They scheme and plot while we break our backs. Struggles daily, hard facts in the tracks. From downtown blocks to the suburban sprawl, we rise, we fall, just trying to make that call. While they rack up highs, we're stuck in lows. Chasing dreams, but the system's lies, it shows. Every corner turn, there's another fee. Bleeding us dry, how can we ever be free? Inflation on the rise. Everyone's asking why, where their money went.
Inflation on the rise, can't afford the rent. Everyone's asking why, where their money went. Dishonest talking heads while we hustle and grind. Living in the shadows, ain't no peace of mind.
We struggle for a piece of that American pie. Sweat on our brow, hearing their pretty lies.
Let the beat drop heavy, these truths we define. While the rich die in a line.
Promises they make just playing a role. While we grind for our souls and a place in the fold.
They scheme and plot, surrounded by gold.
We're fighting in the cold, left out on the fold.
The system's rigged, but we won't throw in the towel. We've weathered these storms, still we proud.
From the grindstone to the block, ain't no slipping. The game is cold, but see the whole world tripping.
Fighting for a future that's always looking great, while they mask their deceit every single day.
Schemes and plots behind their high walls. We see them in suits and ties, fancy conference halls.
Their profits are pain, it's a hidden toll. While they flaunt their game, we're left in the hole.
Yeah, you know what it is. Waking up to this madness, man. They say it's all good.
They say it's all.
But we see the truths unfold. Time to open our eyes and recognize the lies. They play us like pawns in their game, but we're not sleeping, no.
Rolling through the city, watch the skies, man. Chemtrails above, do you see the lights, man? Politicians playing games, yo, they poison in our veins. Inflation climbing high, see the struggle and the pain. They'll look you in the eye and tell you lies, man. Hidden truths they keep, but we stay wise, man. Governments of peace got us in disguise, man. But we stand tall, gonna rise, man. Dollar bills losing value, can't afford the food. Talk cute about the dreams, but we stuck in the blues. They talk about change, but we see the same. Empty promises, just playing the game. Brothers on the grind, working overtime, but the pay don't rise, just falling behind. Middle class fading, can't ignore the signs. They tax us to the bone while they dine fine. But we ain't sleeping, no, we wide awake. Voices getting louder, feel the city shake. Power to the people, time to break these chains. Truth's gonna shine through, wash away the stains. Corporate greed's rising, taking what they can. Tech taking jobs, AI's the new plan. Talk about progress, but who does it serve? The wealthy get richer, man, we get curved. Looking for solutions, trying to invest. Gold and crypto, just hoping for the best.
deceit and lies, watching our world burn bluer than the skies. They profit and feed while we scrape by. Children see the truth reflected in our eyes. Struggle after struggle, we continue to climb in the shadows of the empire's crime. They preach peace but keep the power in the shadows, man. While the dollar bills fading in your hollow hands. Politicians promise change but they swallow plans. Invisible hand-eyes, just a barren land. Economy's vanishing, ain't no cash to spend. Our dreams wither caught up in the phantom trend. See the poverty line but they don't comprehend. Politics playing games, where will this all end? They want control from the cradle to the grave. But I see a revolution with the role we play. Hustle hard, but the system keeps us rooted low. Turning blind eyes while our pain continues to grow. They paint illusions with promises, but the truth they sow. We navigate these streets caught in their undertow. The rich get richer while the poor fight to survive. In the land of the free, we're barely staying alive. They talk about hope, but they peddling lies. It's time for us to rise under these harsh skies. Their empire's crumbling, can you hear the silent screams? We hold the power, it's time to reclaim our dreams. Drowning in debt while they stack the paper high. Promises are broken, watch the value die. Systems rigged, feel the envy in every side. Struggling to breathe while they just pass us by. Corporate greed feeds on the common soul. While we break our backs, they continue to roll. Hustling in the shadows, we pay the toll. Dreams held hostage, trapped in a sinking hole. From the hills of Wall Street to the city's core, every man fights, but they lock every door. They build their towers high, but the foundation's weak. Promises of gold, but the future's bleak. They control the narrative, feeding off our fears, but the truth's in the struggle through the blood, sweat, and tears. From the boardrooms to the gutters, there's a common thread. The haves and the have-nots, a line they steadily tread. We're pushing back through the chains they create. Resilience in our hearts while they yield to their fate. Resist the fall, we stand tall in the face of greed. The system's bending, but we won't concede. Iron shows the grits and nights. The value slip and see the dollar lose its might. We grind harder through the long, desperate nights. Envy fills the air, seeing luxury in sight. We're just trying to survive while they take flight. They flaunt riches, disconnected from our plight. They flaunt rich. That's on my Sean's racing, straight to the beat, cookie butter. He'll live a light tale, will be granted receive. tarnish the greatness. Have been seeking after Canyon, the aberrate. Pele, city party, hustlers out the rest of the bird town. Now the legend with pound. How does a legend ride? With a legend ride. Make it go, with hands high. Make it go, with you, with a Ricky Aldo. Make it go, with you, with a Ricky Aldo. Touch the sky, having a good time. No denying, no denying. Cruising and grooving under Cali's sunny sky. Rolling deep, reminiscing, boxing our hearts. From Compton to LA, that's where it all starts. Hustling nights and dreaming days, keeping it real. On these Cali streets, that's how we all feel.
Legacy in our veins, forever in our minds. Pop paved the way for these legendary rhymes. Cruising slow, feeling high, the West Coast breeze. In the land of dreams, where legends never freeze.
How does a legend ride? With hands high.
They got us thinking about the future, no security here. Economies and ghosts, ain't no dollars, just fear. Power in the hands of the greedy and few. Politicians vanishing, they ain't speaking the truth. By the time we realize when we still have a choice. Our rights dissipate, ain't nobody got a voice. In the world is breaking down, where's the justice for the weak? They take what we got left and they never let us speak. Ghettos crumble, neighborhoods fade away. Living on the edge, hustling day by day. Corporate greed got us all in chains. Our dreams bottled up in financial rain. The system's broken, streets filled with pain. But we march on, seeking truth in the rain. Voices rise from the ashes of deceit. We the people gotta stand on our feet. Empty promises, they profit on our pain. In this battlefield of trust, nothing much remains. Heavy hearts, where our hopes used to lie. Living in these shadows, watching freedoms die. They got us fighting wars that we didn't choose. Brother against brother, everybody lose. Corruption like a plague, spreading quick and wide. But we push against the tide, and we ain't gonna hide. Rise up, stand tall, we gotta make them see. In the land of lost dreams, we fight to be free. The system's a maze, navigating through the lies. Politicians' promises, all in disguise. Rich get richer while the poor barely get by. In the struggle for survival, watching family cry. Wall Street wolves feeding off our sweat, paying for their nightmares and mountains of debt. Communities break, but spirit always bends in the hearts of the people. Real change begins from the ghetto street to the corporate towers high. Unifying voices, reach for the sky. The days where the voice of the street push for change, now it's all on repeat. Economy crash while we're scrounging to eat. Big shots laugh while we're stuck in defeat. Predator in a suit, taking what he can. System so flawed, don't care for no man. Money for votes, ain't no honest plan.
Survival of the richest, ain't no safe land. closed doors, deals made in the dark. Souls so cheap, they target and mark. In mansions they hide while we scream in the park. Politics poisonous, leaving a scar. Trails of tears, lost hope in the eyes. Kids grow up fast, learning to survive. Promises broken, futures they deprive. Through the chaos we strive just to stay alive. Cycle of pain, they don't feel our cries. Wall Street wolves telling us lies. Justice is blind, but can she even see? Sold to the highest bid, no integrity. The system's a sham, preying on the weak, exploiting our souls with value so bleak. In boardrooms they scheme with sinister grins, living large while the rest never wins. Ripped from our roots, tossed in the wind, searching for truth in a world full of sins. Where's the hope when the leaders are frail? Selling us dreams, but they're destined to fail.
Yo, it's a battle for the soul, voices raised, it's time to speak. Corruption, lies, hypocrisy, every single week. From the hood to Capitol Hill, they don't respect the real. But we soldiers in this game, outlaws, we never into the arena where truth and power clash. Deception all around, they move fast, got the cash. But we see through the charade, nothing but a masquerade. Power to the people, it's time we made the grade. Reaching back from the streets to the halls of power. They claim to serve, but they devour. Promises made swiftly fade, our future soul. Fight for truth, stand strong, be bold.
They just keep up with your shit, let's never stick. Niggas put the pain to table to get out. Niggas still be trying with the niggas up our eyes. Niggas we got much on the word. With the good they niggas will take when you do get it. Tell me about the snap, that was on the line. About the living country, maybe it's on the
stand so we rise, fist high, let them hear our call. Echoes of the struggle break down every wall. This ain't a game, life's more than a hustle. In the trenches every day, feeling every muscle. We're guided by the wisdom of the OGs before us. Riding through the storm till the chorus beat the chorus.
She was deep down flooded, and that face. You just keep up with your shit, that's how it sticks. But the same, sick and high. Legal, so they try with the tickets of my eyes. We just speak at once on the word. They do the greatest healer when you leak it. Every time the side, always on the lap. The bundle that they project, wait, the ends on the third.
Steps, we pull the blinds on the system. They've been playing us for fools behind the suits and ties. They've been delayed to changing rules from the rich man's feast, feeding off the people's dime. We'll dismantle their empire one brick at a time. They steal our breath, but we breathe back fire. In the darkness, our voices lift higher. They think they got the power cause they sitting on the throne. But we're the ones who struggle, hustle, tighten every bone. Policies they pass with no regard for the mass. Disposable lives, they treat us like some broken glass. Unseen wars that we fight. Screams in the night, children lost in the system. Ain't no justice in sight.
To Main Street lies, those at the top wear their disguise. Sweat and toil without reward, faith in the future now ignored. Leaders claim they'll pave the way, yet the poor continue to pay.
In our system, fading hope in the prism, cash flow slipping away, dreams of better days, politicians buying cheap, truth left in the heat, economy on the brink, can't afford to think, remember when we fought for change, now it's just a rearrange, promises made but they're just deceit, rising costs make ends hard to meet, voices silenced by the power's might, injustice cloaked in the dead of night. It's a battle for the people's soul. Broken systems take their toll.
We got to rise, one and all, before the mighty empire falls. It's like we're trapped in a cycle. History repeats, but nobody learns. Look around, man, everything's burning. They say it's progress, but we ain't discerning.
Bills piling up, wages stay flat. Promises of change, but we ain't seen that. Politicians talk, but where's the action? Leaving us behind in this harsh distraction.
Economic crisis. See the plot unfold. Rising debt and inflation. Story that's old. Political chaos. Truth left untold. Future looking bleak and the world is cold.
When it fades away, death just grows. Visions, prosperity, nobody knows.
Inflation hits. Pockets running dry. Promises made, yet they lie and lie. Economy collapsing, reaching for the sky. Dollar signs crumbling, time to say goodbye. Jobs outsourced, dreams cut and severed. Working twice as hard, still can't break the tether. They claim recovery, but it feels like never. Survival of the fittest through harshest weather.
Echoes of despair on every corner you turn. Fires of injustice, forever they burn. Battle each day, know what to trust as the system collapses. Crumbles to dust, bills piling up, wages staying flat. Promises of change that we ain't seen yet. Politicians talk, where's the action? Leaving us behind in this harsh distraction. Bills piling up, wages staying flat. Promises of change that we ain't seen yet. Politicians talk, where's the action? Leaving us behind in this harsh distraction.
Living in a land where the rich get richer while the poor stay poor, just the picture gets bigger. Tax cuts for the top, but we grind for the crumbs. Dreaming of a change, but the change never comes. Hear the cries of the youth, desolate and lost. Price tags on futures, paying the cost. Money's just paper, hearts turn to stone in this economic wilderness. We roam alone.
Fades away, death just grows. Visions, prosperity, nobody knows.
So we march on with a fire that won't die. Defying the limits, reaching for the sky. In this battlefield, though we've been denied, determined to stand for a warrior's pride. We fight the system, break the chains that bind. In the ashes of corruption, the truth we find. We rise together in the struggle, unified. Though they try to break us, our spirits never die.
In these streets, man, the hustle never sleeps. We're all tangled up in promises no one keeps. In the heart of the city, we stand up and fight. Smooth talking, real walking, that's the way it goes. Living in a system where the struggle only grows. Hands up, voices loud, we taking a stand. For the people, for justice, all across the land. But we gotta stay strong through these hard days in our nation. But we gotta stay strong through these hard days in our nation. These are the times that we stand. These are the times we demand. These are the times that we're all still hoping. But we gotta stay strong through these hard days in our nation. Man, it's hard out here. We're pushing for some clarity. Voices lost in the noise, seeking solidarity. The gap's getting wide. Feels like we're just disparity. Man, it's hard out here. We're pushing for some clarity. Voices lost in the noise, seeking solidarity. The gap's getting wide. Feels like we're just disparity, but the dream's still alive. Gotta reach prosperity. Keep our heads high, even when the rains fall. United we rise, cause divided we stall. Let's bridge the divide with love as our guide. In this fight for justice, we stand silent. for some action. Building a future where every interaction's the truth to power as we make our climb. Breaking the chains one step at a time from the struggle. Resilience is born in the darkest night. We await the morn. We paint the future with hopes and dreams. No more bursting at the seams. We fight with love, envision the light. In unity, we find our might. This is the anthem of the streets we roam. In every heart, this place called home.
Yeah, in the heart of the city where the lights softly gleam, politicians on stages chasing that American dream. Promises whispered in the air we breathe. People try to hold on through the lies they weave. Troubled minds searching for clarity. Man, it's a crazy scene in modern day city. Politicians talk big in the towns of America. Promises made while people hold their grip in hysteria. But every vote counts, man. We need the right criteria. Cause when the ballot falls, we hope for brighter areas. Fear for the future while dodging mass hysteria. I've been looking for truth, but it's buried in theaters. Play the game smart, let your vision get clearer. Time to stand up, no more feeling inferior. Give your voice to the cause, we need all ears to hear us. In the land of the free, where we're meant to be equal, politicians play games, but the people stay peaceful. We're hustling hard just to keep the lights on. While they debate bills, we sing a different song. They talk about justice, but actions speak loud. We're more than just numbers in a nameless crowd. Educate and elevate, it's time for a change. We need leaders who care, who can truly engage. From the young to the old, we all share this ground. In unity we stand, making our voices sound. Truth be told, we've been promised it all. We're getting left in the shadows while they climb and fall. Politicians in suits, making plans behind walls. We out here on the grind, answering the calls. Some say it's a game, but we feel the weight. Trying to stay afloat in a world full of hate. They talk about change, but we see the delay. It's time for us to rise and pave a new way. Keeping hope alive through the setbacks and pain.